It's time for a bit of Gucci Mane. So if you remember the first Trap God, that was a pretty big success. Had the features on there, was almost pretty much like a street album more so than a mixtape just because of how good it was. So in early 2013, Gucci Mane made Trap God 2. Now, obviously, this is a pretty successful series, and I like when someone finds a hit and they run with it, and we get series of things as opposed to just one. So, is this one as good as the first Trap God? The answer is not quite. Is it? Should you ignore it? The answer is, once again, no. So, with these mixtapes, Gucci Mane shows that he can pretty much, he's a marathon dude, which means he has a lot of endurance. And the reason why this is good is because you're going to get more than 5 songs that you like. You're going to get a lot of music. I mean, he drops mixtapes very commonly, but it really shouldn't matter if these mixtapes are perfect because there's so much that he's giving us. So I am going to do Diary of a Trap God. That's going to be one of the next ones I do. And I'm trying to think of what else I want to review from Gucci Mane's mixtapes, because I am going to do more, but I don't necessarily want to do everything. So we'll see. And this has 22 songs on it, so know that going in. I'm going to help narrow it down for you because there's so much on here that it would take a little bit longer if you didn't know. And there's just not that many reviews on these mixtape series that he's done, so we're gonna jump into this. Can you smoke to this? The answer is you can. I'd say songs like Bob Marley, Pistol in the Party, Miracle, and Get the Dough are some great ones. I'd probably add Bullet Wound to that as well. The production, this was the main thing that kind of made the difference as to why it was not as good as the first Trap God, is because a lot of these songs on here, or half of them, they do not have as exciting beats on there. You'll notice some of these, like I feel like Young Thug was on here, and this was before he really, this was a little bit before he really got big. Breakdancing was kind of one that I was looking for, but that one didn't fill. And Scholar was another one, and there was like another one that I just didn't like. Well, those are a couple of them. But you'll notice that compared to the best songs that I'm getting ready to list, it didn't really quite add up. So, or it did not equal the best songs. So, the unheard songs. So this is 11 songs out of 22 that I liked, and let's go for it. When I Was Water Whippin', Bullet Wound, Bob Marley, Pistol in the Party, Miracle, Squad Car, Rich Motherfucker, Breakfast, Can't Interfere with My Money, Run in Circles, and Get the Dough. Now you're going to find some guests on here: Young Thug, Lil Wayne, Waka Flocka, Rocco, these sorts of cats. But there are actually some sleek songs. I feel like Miracle is one of the best songs on here. Squad Car is another one. And Running Circles, Lil Wayne has a verse on there. Get the Dough is pretty murky. Bullet Wound, that one's kind of like a hype song that Rick Ross is known for. And I feel like When I Was Water Whippin's another one. So yeah, there's just a ton of these that have the energy, and I'm glad that Gucci Mane's good at just more than one thing, because obviously just being a trap rapper, we know the formula for that: money, what you do, and being a threat. Those are like the three things that trap rappers usually talk about, and it's interesting to have more to say than just those three topics. So obviously, even if this is the format of these Trap God mixtapes, he still has lyrics on these records. So he doesn't really say the same thing, and you're just gonna have to you'll have to listen to the words more than the theme. That's what I do in order to not get bored, but it still is. It'll get you excited. Just the beat selection halfway through is pretty exciting. Some of these are better than Trap Gods, and they just have a different style to them. So it's something to look forward to. But the score, I do recommend this, but I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. And that's mainly because there were too many instrumentals on here that did not bring excitement. So I know it's fun, but it didn't quite match the first Trap God, and there were too many songs that were not as good as the best songs. So the future, I mean, Gucci Mane's in prison, but he's dropped so much between this project and this month. So let's look forward to that. I will review more. The social score, I will give it a 6.5 social. There are some guests on here, but the main thing is that, you know, the whole, he's not as colorful as like Rick Ross. And, you know, considering Rick Ross isn't the most colorful either, you know, it might get tiresome to some people. So, but yeah, can it be topped? Yes, it can. Trap God has already done that, but you need to add this to your collection as well. So I give this album a 5.5 and a 6 social.